Hi everybody, it's Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy, and today we're going to talk about this universal energy that we have going on right now. It's some big stuff that we have going on, and we're going to be doing a live tarot reading for the collective. So what the live tarot reading is and what the energy report is just what are we going through as a collective? What are we going through, all of us together here on this planet? What's going on? What are the major themes? What are some of the ways that we're going to be impacted by the energy, and how can we best navigate it? So we're going to dive into some of that stuff. I'm going to be using these cards are my die-hard cards. These are my favorite cards of all time. They're the cards that I use probably the most in readings. It's my traditional tarot deck, and I absolutely love it. So we're going to be talking or reading from these cards here today, but I want to talk about the energy right now because it's interesting and we are getting into it this week. Mercury retrograde is gonna go out with a bang, and trust and believe that just as it has been this entire time, it's gonna be I think a little bit of a tough week, but again, we have to trust that it's purposeful, right? This week there's going to be a lot of shaking up in our world. You know, I feel like the energy is kind of like taking our world and shaking it like a snow globe and letting things fall where they will. And but the thing is that things are going to fall as they should, as they're meant to, for our highest and best purpose. So we kind of have to trust that, even though we're dealing with all of this craziness that's going on around us. So we have to trust, we have to believe that it's for our highest and best good. And I really feel like part of the purpose is to help us to gain some clarity on things. You know, maybe there are things in your life that you haven't been as grateful as you should be for them. You know, maybe there are things or people or situations that you have kind of taken for granted or not been appreciative of, or are needing to make, maybe there are some areas that you're needing to make some changes in. You know, this energy is going to show you where you need to make some changes, and trust that it's going to be important for you to make those changes soon, I feel like, in order for us to make progress. As a planet, I feel like we're just making some big progress. We have a lot going on. We are in the process of leveling up at a very rapid pace right now. Hi, Chris. Chris and I are going to be going live, by the way, at 7 tonight, so in just a little while we're going to be going live again here on my page, so make sure you guys tune in. We're going to be talking about spirit animals and how we can connect with those and how they can help to guide our life. And Jessica says the energy lately has been high anxiety for me right now. Not sure about anybody else. Yeah, because there's just a lot going on. It's a lot of energy. There's surges of energy, so people are going to be feeling anxious about things. But all of these shakeups are for the purpose of helping us to understand ourselves on a deeper level. You know, maybe you're getting information that's doesn't feel good or not helpful for you, but it really is forcing you to take a look at, where am I at? What do I need to change? You know, what do I need to understand here to make my life better and different? So I do feel like through this process we'll be finding some clarity on things, because it forces us to take a look at things from a different angle. Maybe we've been moving along, I don't feel like through this retrograde very comfortably, but maybe on some level sort of comfortably, and this is making us uncomfortable, so that we're looking for different solutions, so that we're looking at things from different angles, all kinds of different things. So just be patient with this energy, let it bring you clarity, let it allow you to explore and expand your way of thinking, so that you can level up in your life again and connect on a deeper level with whatever it is that you're meant to be connecting with. I think a lot of people are either stepping into their awakening right now, or stepping into a new level of their awakening, a deeper understanding, a deeper connection with their spirituality, a deeper connection with, you know, who we are and who we're meant to be and what we're meant to do. And so we're all moving at different paces with that, but I do feel like a lot of us are in this place where we're just leveling up and moving into that next level of exploring that. So it's really exciting stuff, and all these shakeups are for the purpose of helping us to move into that. But let's take a look at what the cards have to say for today. I would love to have you guys say hi. If you're watching, make sure you say hi, whether you're watching live or on the replay. And maybe even let me know where you're watching from. Let's see what we have here. And who's going to be tuning in to Chris Stilson and I tonight? I love to do videos with Chris. He's so much fun. We are going to be live here in my video studio. I just broke a light in there, so Chris, I got to get that cleaned up before you get here. But we'll get that taken care of. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Missy. Hope I'm not missing any of you guys. Let's see. All right. So the first card that we have is the Five of Pentacles, right? So it's maybe hard to see with the reflection, but we have an image of a woman who is helping a wounded man. She's standing right next to a church, and this is always my card that I, connect with helping, right? And with us helping more. And I think during these times, especially when it's more emotional, thinking about not only yourself and what you're going through, but how can I help other people? What can I do to help other people? Because by the way, that helps you, and it helps to pull your energy out of your head a little bit so that clarity can come. Because sometimes, like, if you're in your head too much, that clarity of mind cannot come. So sometimes you have to take like a mental vacation from your own stuff to move into that. So helping other people is a really nice way, and it's going to help you to feel better. It helps other people, obviously. And this is like the energy that we're moving in with the collective, is us supporting each other, us giving more love, and honoring one another. So how can you honor another human being today? What can you do to help somebody this week? And making sure that you are honoring that part of yourself that's feeling compelled to help this week. And the next card we have is the Eight of Swords reverse. Okay, so this card looks a little ominous sometimes. We have this woman who is standing here basically surrounded in a circle of swords with blindfold, and she's tied up here. But what she doesn't recognize, because she has the blindfold on, is that she's able to just simply step out of this circle. There is an opening here in the front if she would simply take the blindfold off and or shake that blindfold off and look around. So this is like, I think we're blinded to some of the possibilities right now. We don't have complete clarity of mind right now. So understanding and being patient with the process, and understanding that maybe you don't have all of the solutions right now, and that's okay, but that those are coming, and that there's always help available to us when we can invite that in through prayer to God, or asking the angels to help, or asking the universe, whatever that is for you, but asking for help with that, asking for that blindfold to be removed so that we can see things clearly and understand that we're not as stuck, we're not as trapped as we think that we are. That's really important, because you're not. And we always have options available to us. Sometimes we just have to think outside the box a little bit, So this is the Temperance card is next. So Temperance is all about balance, right? And this is reversed. So this is like we're still a bit off balance. These have been challenging emotional times, and what can you do to balance yourself this week? I swear I always get the balance cards when we are in Mercury retrograde, because we need so much more of that. We need that balance. We need that self-care to do those things that help us, that support us. And so making sure that you are leaving time for that, that's really, really important. And the next card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune reverse card. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, I really like this card when it comes up upright, because when it comes up upright, it's really about us moving into a new phase, that we have learned the lessons that we needed to learn, and now we're stepping into a new phase. We're releasing old karma, these kinds of things. Now this card is reversed right here, so I don't think we're quite there yet. We still have a lot of work to do this week, if I'm honest with. So we're going to do our work this week. We are going to allow that process to happen, and that will help us to flip this card around, for this energy to move forward, for us to step into that next level of whatever it is that we're going to be working on. So we are working through some big life lessons this week. Understand that, and understand that the more that you approach that in the way that you feel intuitively compelled to approach it, every time that you challenge a fear that you have, and you do something that makes you afraid, even though you feel afraid, this is a way that we will progress and move forward and flip this card around. So making sure that we are doing that. And Jennifer says, oh my God, 2 days left in retrograde. Yes, there are only 2 days left in retrograde, but we also are going to have a shadow period until about April 16th. Or 15th or 16th, I can't remember which, but yeah, there's going to be still some of this energy left over. So it should be a little bit lighter, but I really feel like this week is going to be some work for us still. But then maybe that can let up just a little bit. I know, I'm sorry. So the next card that we have is the Magician card reversed. Okay, so the Magician in tarot has all four of the suits in the card. It has the pentacles, it has the cups, the swords, the wands, right? And he's got them all on his table. And so when this card is upright, I always say, like, you have within you everything that you need, or you have are in a place where you have everything that you need to be able to move forward. This card is reversed, so I don't feel like we're quite there. We don't have all of the clarity of mind yet. We don't have all of the understandings that we need to be able to progress and move forward. And so this is, again, going to be about honoring the process, understanding that it might take us a little bit of time to get there. It might take us some work and some shifting and some changes and some processing and making changes and responding to things differently before we have all of the tools that we need to create the life that we want. But the good news is, like, when this energy turns upright, this is a really powerful card. When this energy shifts, it's like full speed ahead. You are going to be able to manifest a lot of amazing things that are ready to be manifested into your world. We just have to do this work first to allow for that to happen. And then we have our Two of Swords. Hi, Nicole. And Two of Swords is really indicating for me, I'm feeling right now like this week there's going to be a choice between two things. You know, you could go this direction, you could go that direction. And just really thinking about and honoring, again, that intuitive voice that's within. This is like, they have her sitting underneath the moon, and to me the moon is so much about intuition, right? And she's got a blindfold on, right? This is not a decision that she's making by looking at her life and making a logical decision. This is about her sitting there and feeling it out and meditating on it, or just letting herself feel out the situation and choosing which is going to be best and right for her. And I really want to point out the fact that I said best and right for her, not for the people around her, because that's really a different thing sometimes. And sometimes we have to choose ourselves first, because that triggers a process within other people for them to begin to make whatever changes that they need to make. So sometimes if we are choosing ourselves and that impacts somebody else in a way that we feel is negative, it's actually the jumping off point for them to begin their work and for them to begin to make the changes that they need to make for them to be their best self. So we always need to be honoring what feels intuitively best and right for us in our lives. And Nicole says, this card is sitting with me right now big time. I'm just sending you so much light and sending you angels your way to help you to make the best decision that's right for you. And again, I want to say you. And this card is not one of my favorite cards. We have the Devil card here. And so the Devil card is, again, this situation where we have this man and this woman, and they are chained up and under the power and control of this energy, right? But the story of the Devil card is very much about like them feeling controlled and us feeling controlled and us feeling like we're stuck and feeling like we don't have options here. But the story of the Devil card is that they have access to the key. and they have always had access to the key. And so it's really a matter of finding that key within us and connecting with whatever that is that will help to release us. So again, this is like, think outside the box, explore different options than maybe you would have in the past. Let your intuition show you the way. And if something feels a little kooky, but it feels like a solution that could potentially work, or if something like comes in and you're like, I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but here's an idea that I have for this situation, I want you to honor it, because that is your intuition trying to show you a different approach, a different way to help to release this controlling force that we have in our lives. So I just feel like if we can make it through this work and understand that this is all for our highest and best good, I do feel like next week is going to be lighter. So I'm really hoping for that for myself as well, and feeling like it's going to be, whenever I connect with that, it definitely feels like it will be lighter for us as a collective. So those are your tarot cards for today, for this week. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity by Christy, you can check it out at discoveryyourawakening.com. And I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care.